get ready to yet another Recipe Wednesday where we make one recipe on a Wednesday. My name is Patrick Erskine, and today we're going to walk into the healthy, dried out world of the turkey burger. This recipe was requested by a fellow food geek, so I must indulge. With no further ado, I'm going to show you guys how to make a turkey burger that tastes better than a hamburger. That's dangerous to say, Pat, don't say that. Let's go. Okay, so the first thing you need to realize when making a turkey burger is that it's not a hamburger. And you can't compare the two's flavor because they're different ingredients. So the way to think about it is that if you're gonna make a turkey burger, don't try to make a turkey burger taste like a hamburger. Because you'll compare, it'll never be good enough, you know? A turkey burger will never be a hamburger. And so how I approach it is that when I make a turkey burger, I make the best turkey burger that tastes like a turkey burger. You know, I take the things that are the most positive part about a turkey burger and I bring those forward and make those things shine. So, to start, gotta get a turkey. So the problem with ground turkey you find in stores is that it lacks fat. Fat's our friend. Fat equals better flavor, fat equals better texture, fat just equals a happier life, you know? Look at it. Turkey in stores has a fat to lean meat ratio of 90% meat to like 10% fat. The burgers you get in a restaurant or a store has a fat to meat ratio of 80% meat to 20% fat. So we kind of start off as a disadvantage. And so we have to find a way to replicate what adding fat would do to this without adding a ton of fat. There's two ways we go about doing that. One with ingredients we add, the other way is how we cook it. So first things first, get some breadcrumbs. To 3 pounds of turkey, add a ½ cup of breadcrumbs. Then add 1 egg, and then a 1/4 cup of olive oil. So while I mix this up, I want to explain why I put each one of these ingredients in here. Okay, we'll start with the olive oil. And that makes sense to add it. We need more fat in this recipe, and olive oil tastes good, and it's a heart-healthy fat, and it does what we need it to do. And then the breadcrumbs. If we didn't have the breadcrumbs, all that fat would run right out of the meat as soon as we start cooking it. So the breadcrumbs absorb the oil, but it doesn't bind it to the meat. And that's why we add an egg. An egg binds the bread to the meat. The bread absorbs the oil makes the food taste better, and the meat is the meat. Make sense? Cool. The second part. Now we cook the burger. Get a nice heavy pan and get it ripping hot, really hot. Hit it with a little olive oil. Don't forget to salt. Give that sucker a good sear. Okay, now this is perfectly cooked on the outside, but still completely raw on the inside. So the next step is we're gonna throw it into a 300-degree oven and let it slowly cook. So the why I'm cooking it like this is pretty cool when you compare it to a burger. So a beef hamburger only has to come up to 125 degrees to be cooked all the way through, which is not very high. That's not a lot of heat radiating through it that's gonna push out all the moisture drying out the hamburger. And now a turkey burger has to come to an internal temperature of 165 degrees Fahrenheit, which is the highest of any protein in the protein world. And if you didn't add that bread or the eggs, you would easily be squeezing out all the moisture out of the turkey burger, completely drying it out. And why we cook it slowly is because the slower you cook something, the less damage is done to it. And it allows the turkey, even though it's being cooked to a higher temperature, to hold more moisture. Sit! Now it's perfectly cooked, and it tastes bomb. Oh, good. So now that we got all the science and the how-to out of the way, now on to the recipe part. Make this turkey burger taste better than a hamburger, we're gonna need some bomb toppings. So, to start, let's get some bacon. Get yourself a pan and a whole lot of bacon. Fry it all up. We're actually gonna keep this fat. We're gonna be using the bacon, but we're also gonna be using the fat. So pour this out, wrap it up, and cool it down. And then back in the pan, we're gonna add some sliced onions. Cook them down until they're deeply caramelized. And then take those onions and add it to a blender. To that, we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, 1 tablespoon of dark soy sauce, and 2 tablespoons of coffee. The darker the better. 1, 2. And then last ingredient, add ½ of a cup of the bacon renderings. Lid on top. gonna take all that and add it to a bowl. And then all that bacon I had earlier, I chopped it all up and I'm gonna add that as well. Give that a mix. Now I'm gonna put this in the fridge so it gets cold and sets, so it becomes more like a jam texture. That's it, that's all we need. Now, we make the burger. Start with a nice toasted bun, and then the turkey burger, but before we put that on, we're gonna add a slice of Swiss cheese on top. Get that nice and melty. Oh, check that out. Meaty. We get some nice tomatoes, make some slices. Add those to the top, then some lettuce. And then to the top of the bun, add some of the bacon jam. And now you got a turkey burger that's better than a hamburger. Holy cow. Hijo la way. Well, that's the recipe. Le turkey burger. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I don't order turkey burgers. If I ever go out to a restaurant and I see a turkey burger on the menu, I will never order it. People are horrible at making turkey burgers. They're good, they're healthy, they're fun, and they taste delicious, but restaurants are terrible at making them. If you want to make a proper turkey burger, this method recipe, it's the best one. And what really makes it like above and beyond crazy is that bacon jam. It's hard to explain how crazy good bacon jam is. It's literally like liquid bacon. It's kind of like if you had bacon and you pour that maple syrup on it in the morning and you ate it and you're like, that's awesome. But like times that like times like 5, because you have all those other heavily umami ingredients, the coffee, the soy sauce, the brown sugar with the molasses in it. Oh, unreal. Well, thank you for watching, but like really like, thank you for watching. Like, I'm trying to make every single episode better than the last one, and I hope the information I'm presenting is connecting with you guys. I want to make something that connects with people and is honest and gives them like good information. I'm trying to figure out the best way to do that. So thank you guys for watching and kind of going along with this process with me, learning to perfect my craft, I guess. That's the best way to put it. But thank you very much for watching. If you liked today's episode, you liked today's recipe, definitely like, subscribe, all that jazz, little notify button. But as always, keep cooking. Bye.